1. Hello, everybody. 5 Minutes With is back, and today I've got Laura Peel Forsyth here to talk about procrastination. If you're on replay, then please let us know that you've watched this afterwards, because that would be great. I know that Joanne is going to watch it on replay, and somebody else mentioned it to me, so I can't remember now. So we're going to talk about procrastination. So we're going to procrastinate for a few minutes, because you have to do that at the beginning of lives, don't you, so that people know, get the notification that we are actually here. So you can tell me what you've been doing today while we're waiting to see if anyone turns up live.
Oh, so I am a busy mum as well as being a business consultant. So this morning I've been dealing with 2 small children, one who refused to get dressed this morning. And so we left for nursery at the time we should have been at nursery. And then a tiny baby who doesn't like to sleep very much. So I did that. And then I've come and done a bit of a recce and remind myself about procrastination. And then I procrastinated a little bit when I could have been doing something else. And so I slapped my own wrist this morning. As I realised I was scrolling through that news feed and just slapped my wrist and went, stop it.
Yeah.
Get back to a couple of little jobs you can do. So yeah.
It's dangerous for news feeds.
It was. A victim of my own success, but yeah, it's been a lovely morning.
Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad it's been a lovely morning. I've had a nice morning too. I've been on a call with one of my coaches, and that was nice, and done a lot of procrastination also, but also some very useful stuff. So it's been good and bad. Don't enjoy procrastinating. Right.
Well, as I'm going to talk about, there's 2 different types of procrastination, so we'll see which one you've been doing, Amy.
Yeah, that would be good. Oh, pants. You know what? Last time I did this, I could see the people who were talking on Facebook, like who they were, and I can't see them anymore. So I'm just going to find my group so that I can actually keep up with who was actually commenting. Because somebody's commented to say that they're looking forward to this, but I don't know who they are. So we'll find out.
Was it Sarah?
Oh, it was Sarah. Oh, maybe it's telling me because it was in the past. Of course. Well, that makes sense. Right. So you can tell me about your tips. Somebody is here.
So I have.
Please say hello.
Yeah. Right. So I've got was that me?
That was my phone, but it's gone now.
Right. So I like thinking about things like planning and time management and productivity, and procrastination falls into that remit. And for a different reason, I was reading Mel Robbins' 5-second rule recently. So I just actually want to share a little bit about procrastination that she talks about, because it's not something that I'd thought about before, and I found it quite enlightening and actually revelation for me.
Oh, great.
So she talks about there are 2 different types of procrastination. First type is productive procrastination. So it's like when you've got an idea for a project or an artwork or a book or something along your field or whatever, you've got an idea about it, and actually you could just get on and do it, and kind of part of you pushes yourself to kind of start planning it and writing it down. But actually what you really need to do is to mull over that process a little bit more, just solidify what you're doing. So it could be, in your instance, Amy, that you've got a logo in mind for a client. But actually, rather than just sit at your desk and draw something, you need to think about it a little bit. So she terms it, which I really like, mental wandering.
Oh, I like that.
It's lovely, isn't it? I love that term.
Yeah.
So you do a little bit of thinking around the creative process and what you want to do, so that it could be a couple of days, it could be a few months. By the time you come to do it, you've got all your thoughts in your head about what you want to do, and you can then get them on paper and then crack on with what you've got to do. Because if not, if you haven't done that creative thinking, that creative mental wandering beforehand, when you come to do it, you kind of hit that creative block. So I love that thought. I've not come across that before. But the other thought,
do that.
Yeah, definitely. and I think, and it's necessary, and it's a positive thing. But the other thing is the destructive procrastination that we all fall victim to. I've mentioned I did it this morning. It's when we avoid the work that we know we have to do, even knowing that there are consequences of us not doing it. So we might have a deadline, but we avoid doing it because we maybe don't want to do the work, we don't like the work, we can't do the work. Things in our home life, like updating that photo album that we never do. I've got about 7,000 photos in my phone that I plan to do something with.
Is that it?
That's the ones that haven't been uploaded yet. Things like clearing something out, it's like decluttering. Marie Kondo's big at the moment, so something along those lines. It might be cleaning out our inbox that's crept up ridiculously. It might be something along our home life, sorting that bill out that we just keep, putting off. So that's kind of destructive procrastination. And again, it's born out of, it's not poor time management. She looks at it like a coping mechanism for stress. So there's a bigger something that you're putting off, whether it's that you don't want to do that work, you don't like it, or something in your own life that you're worrying about, like money or relationships or life or health or somebody else. You've got all that going on in the background, and you deal with that by, I like to call it, technical term, faffing around. You just faff, and rather than actually get through what you need to do and then tackle the big stuff, you faff around. So Mel's tip, and I love this way of thinking it, it's taken me off in a different direction in how I'm looking at procrastination and helping people look at their own procrastination. You need to forgive yourself for procrastinating.
Oh, that's nice.
We all do it. Yeah. We all do it. She called it emotional eating for the mind. Is what we're doing.
I really need to read this book, don't I? It sounds great.
It's a brilliant book. It's basically, the premise is you count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you just do something. No thinking about it. The more you think about something, the more your brain talks you out of it.
Yeah.
So I love this way of thinking. It's kind of influenced how I want to think about this going forward and what I want to do about this. So it's not poor time management. So I think it's a desire. Procrastination is a desire to feel good right now, and flicking through somebody's newsfeed and has that shallow effect of making you feel good, but then it has that undercurrent of, oh, they're doing that, I feel rubbish because I'm not doing that. So you then compare yourself to everyone.
Yeah.
So there's that whole danger around that social media procrastination, but there's a whole danger around that actually you're just making yourself feel worse. So forgive yourself for doing it, and then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and do what you need to do. So that's a brilliant kind of theory and way of thinking about it before you look at what you actually do.
Yeah, I really like that. I definitely do a lot of mental wandering, and I'm pretty sure I do a lot of destructive procrastination as well.
Yeah.
If you're watching this, and I know that there are some people watching this, maybe you could tell us which ones you do. That would be quite interesting as well. Yeah. Oh goodness. I love that we get to pick of ourselves. So go on.
Yeah, well, I think we do, and I think we're really hard on ourselves, especially often as solopreneurs. We work really hard, and we often spend a bit of time flicking through stuff. And a lot of us have children, have pets, have busy lives, have other commitments. And then we often find ourselves, when we've only maybe got half an hour to do something, sitting on Facebook or Instagram and just flicking through a scroll feed. And when actually it is okay to do that sometimes, but actually just recognize that you're doing it, then you can stop. It's kind of all about taking control of the time that you've got.
Yeah. Take control of my time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taking it back.
Which sometimes I'm better at than others.
And we all are, which is fine.
Yeah.
But as long as and actually, so if I look at my tips, my thinking around that and what I would do time management wise for procrastination.
Yeah, well, before we do that, why don't you tell us? Oh, hang on. Chris says, can you hold your nose while you count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, like jumping into the swimming pool?
5, 4, 3. I don't need to action like a dive, do I? Because it's been a while.
Yeah, do you have to actually jump? Yeah, but maybe that would be quite good, because then it's like this sort of physical movement that's putting you into this place where you're going to do your thing. So give it a try and report back and let us know.
I'd like you to do that, Chris. I'd like you to put that in the comments, a little video of you doing that as well, if that's all right.
Yeah, I would love that. That would be great. So so before we jump onto your tips, do you want to tell us how we can find out more about you?
That would be lovely. So I have a very varied history. My project management is my background, and I've just literally I'm starting to come back after maternity leave as a business consultant, specialising in time management and productivity. So I currently, alongside my small children, have 3 different streams that you could jump on board with and express interest in. So my new website is just gone live last week, and it is laura-forsyth.co.uk. And I have 3 streams. So one is business blitz. So if you're having really big issues in your business with time management and productivity and not really knowing what where to go with it, I can have a 2-hour meeting with you and we can sit down and really just blitz all your issues and get to grips with them. I will follow that up. We will come up with an action plan together, and I will follow that up with a weekly accountability phone call to you. And then if you feel that you need to, we can arrange some extra follow-up meetings after that. I am really excited about this because I know no matter what business everyone has some time management issues that we can really get to grips with. Really excited about this. It's a kind of a take on the power hour.
Yeah.
It
sounds really good, and especially because you are such a busy parent yourself as well. Like it's hard to just fit all of that stuff in. So to get extra tips on how to actually make that all work, could only be a useful thing. Yeah,
that's nice to hear. Thanks, Amy.
Yeah.
Well, it's really hard. That people need and want. Yeah. And then I'm also implementing some workshops. So I'm going to have a day-long workshop once a month where we cover 4 different modules. So we will look at goal setting and in a complement to prioritization and how to really think about what you're doing in your day-to-day and is it getting you where you want to be. A bit of procrastination, small module, and then we're going to look at time management techniques as well. It will be a hands-on, practical, get down deep and dirty workshop. So you'll come away with a tangible plan. It's not going to just be a theory-based thing. Everyone will come away with a plan about where they're going and what they're doing and how to sort out the time management mess. And I'm also going to alternate the 2 modules every month. So I'll run a little half a day on 2 of the modules and alternate that. So that's my other plan. I'm really excited about that. I looked around a venue yesterday, which was fab.
Excellent. So they're not ready to actually go and purchase them yet, but will be soon.
Not yet, but I've got a link on my website. If you've got, I'm going to change the terminology to expressions of interest. Anyone interested, if they could just fill the contact form in. So I've got your details ready to contact when they're ready live.
Fantastic.
And then if anyone fancies getting me to come and talk at their group or event or conference around the time management productivity, I would love to come and do that as well. So that's my other manageable stream whilst I have a 9-month-old and a 4.5-year-old.
Well, yes, the challenges.
Yes, and very little childcare, so I tend to work in the evenings.
Yeah, except right now. No, that's absolutely brilliant. It's fantastic. So we better go and do some work that doesn't involve procrastinating. And go and write to-do lists and set some limits and feel focused. I think it's quite good. It's quite a good way to set yourself up for the afternoon, isn't it? So that's wonderful. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.